सलाम मेरे अजीज पंखों।
You have made this room more beautiful than before, Jungkook, looking around. Who bought this thing for you? He asked, pointing toward the table vase, wall clock, curtains, and other thing. I bought everything from the salary Uma gave me every month. Whenever I went with Uma to the market or mall, I love to buy things for my room, they excitedly said. The vase was that first thing I have bought, and it's too expensive. And you will not believe this was the cheapest price. There, they exclaimed the last sentence with wide eyes, as they was telling something horror. I will not have to buy it, but I love flowers, and it gave me a fresh atmosphere, so that's why I bought this. They began telling him about the things he bought it. In all this time, Jungkook was staring at Tae in amusement. He thought Tae was a silent boy, but he was wrong. Tae was an interesting and boy, correct. For them, who they feel safe and comfortable, and they knew Tae was beginning to feel comfortable around him. That why they was letting his restrictions go, even though everything was the cheapest price, but still, it was beautiful and gave a homely feeling. Unknowledgely, his hand went to their face. They were so, in telling him about everything, which they never did that with anyone before, that they didn't realize how much closer he was come to Tay. The breath hacked when he held his side face and made him look at him. Their nose was almost touching. Jungkook stared into their eyes with so many emotions for that innocent little boy to read. Do you know how attractive you are, how cute and beautiful you are, how innocent and pure you are? He whispered, closing to their lips, his breath fainting their face, sending shiver run to their spine. Butterflies began dancing in his stomach. They put his hand on his chest, lowered his head. They didn't know what to say, as they was feeling nervous and liking this closeness, but at the same time, the heart began beating finally as he wrapped his arms around his body. "Mm, you," they gasped without letting his head. He held the chin and lifted his head, staring in his shy, shivering eyes. He went closer, and before he could stop himself, he placed his lips on him. They frozen. Mine went black. His eyes shut closed. Hands fisted his shirt. Jungkook didn't move his lips, that they might push him, but when they didn't, and faced his shirt without knowing, pulling him closer, he loosed it. They felt soft flush against his heart-rough body, began moving his lips, licking their lips. He waited for they to grant enter, but this dead, there unmoved, and that when he realized they didn't know what to do. Open your mouth, they, Jungkook mumbled against their lips. They didn't know what to do other than obey to his command of his husband. He sucked their lip before entering. A non voice come from their mouth. Jungkook pushed Tae to the bed, hanging over him and kissing Tae to his heart contact. They still didn't know anything, just lay, enjoying the new feelings he was giving Tae. Tae was feeling being loved. The loneliness, which always ready to kill Tae, has long forget. It feels like Tae was never alone. He was always there for him. The small trembling hand went to his back. They tried to touch him without any hesitation, being him touched. After kissing Tae, he pulled back, pulling his forehead on him. Both were panting. The silent room filled with their uneven breaths. He opened his eyes and found his little innocent wife, eyes shut close, face red, lips apart, inviting him again. And he was damned if he rejected him. So He slammed his lips on Tae again. His hands went to their side, touched the curves, making them on edging his back. Jungkook pulled back, not wanting to suffocate Tae to death. He looked at Tae, and his eyes were still shut closed. He was having a double feeling of it. He did right. What if they didn't want that? They, open your eyes, he asked. The eyes could give him his answer. They couldn't open his eyes to face him out of shyness, so they just wrapped his arms around him and pulled him a hug, giving him his answer. He became relaxed in his neck. After some time, Jungkook tried to get up, but they held him tightly, as if it were afraid to let him go. Jungkook also felt the same. He knew if he walked away from Tae, many things will come back to hit him, and one of the beginning thing was guilt. And for now, he didn't want to feel. Tae, I will not go anywhere. Tae, whispered before flipping them. Now Tae was laying on him. Theon blushed hard, hiding his face in his neck, realizing their position well. Jungkook began playing with his hair, running his hand on his back while eyes were on the roof. With much effort, he could able to shut his thought and close his eyes. They both slept for the first time, finding in each other's arms. I felt a tingling feeling on my face, moving face away. I tried to sleep, but then something around my tartars, and then I felt a weight on me. Opening my eyes, I stared at the ceiling for some time before everything rushed back in my mind, causing sleep to fade away. I looked down and saw Tae was half lying on the bed and half on me. Tae was sleeping like a baby, closing into for first time to time, removing the hair which was disturbing my sleep from I put it behind his ear before getting their soft cheeks. A small smile came to Tae's lips, opening his eyes a little. They smiled before closing his eyes. Into my heart began beating like a crazy, just like it was beating last night. You teased me too much last night. They murmured in my neck. I think he was still in deep sleep. What had I done? I asked and whispered with a small smile. Come to my lip. You tease me. You're not good. You're naughty. They continue his mumbling, causing a chuckle left my mouth, but I put my hand on his mouth. Didn't you like my naughtiness? I asked, inhaling his hair. I like it. They murmur. I tied my arms around Tae, causing him to gasp. They sniffed before lifting his head slowly. As their eyes meet mine, it grew wider, and another gasp escaped his mouth. They put his hand on my chest and get off me. Sitting on the bed, they stared at me with still winded eyes. I could tell they was not even breathing. I sat slowly on the bed, staring at his cheeks with a small smile on my face. You're actually here, he asked dumbfounded, poking his finger on my nose. A smirk appeared on my lips, making their eyes grow winded.